On June 10, 2026, Ohio government activity was dominated by legislative work in the General Assembly, a new hearing schedule on House Bill 646, and state agency releases tied to budgeting and public safety information. 12567 Major Government Actions. Ohio lawmakers advanced work on House Bill 646, a data center regulation bill that had been introduced shortly before June 10 and was positioned to move quickly through the legislature. 1. The substitute version discussed on June 10 would reduce the current 100% sales tax exemption for data centers to a range of 50% to 75%, with the higher exemption tied to siting projects on brownfields or using electricity from outside sources. 1. HB 646 would also limit local tax abatements to 50% and require the Public Utilities Commission of Ohio to create a data center rate class. 1. The bill was scheduled for testimony and committee action, with hearings set for Tuesday at 6 p.m. and Wednesday at 9 a.m., indicating a compressed legislative timeline. 1. Legislative activities. The Ohio House General Government Committee held a meeting on June 10, 2026, with meeting materials and testimony procedures posted by the chamber. 2. Separately, reporting from State Affairs indicated that Rep. Brian Stewart, R. Asheville, spoke on the Ohio House floor on June 10 regarding a Medicaid fraud bill, showing that Medicaid fraud legislation was also active that day. 5. The data center bill activity centered in the Senate Energy Committee, where the bill received a substitute version and was being prepared for testimony and a vote. 1. Enforcement and regulatory actions. No major statewide criminal enforcement action was identified in the provided results for June 10, 2026. The main regulatory action reflected in the available results was the proposed Public Utilities Commission of Ohio role in establishing a new data center electricity rate class under HB 646. 1. The Ohio Department of Commerce also published a June 10 public safety notice warning that alcohol consumption or cannabis use while operating a boat remains dangerous, which functions as a regulatory and enforcement-oriented safety message. 6. Public events and agency announcements. The Ohio Office of Budget and Management published its monthly financial report for June 2026 and preliminary revenue data for June 2026 on June 10, giving the state's fiscal offices a visible public reporting role that day. 7. The Ohio Department of Natural Resources announced America 250 celebration events, indicating state-sponsored public programming connected to the nation's semiquincentennial commemoration. 9. The Ohio Department of Commerce's June 10 notice on boating safety and impairment was a public-facing outreach action aimed at water safety and compliance. 6. What can be said confidently from the available evidence. June 10, 2026 featured active legislative movement on a major technology tax bill, HB 646, with committee hearings and a substitute proposal that would materially change Ohio's data center tax treatment. 1. The Ohio House General Government Committee met that day, and the House floor was active on at least one Medicaid fraud measure. 5 state agencies publicly released fiscal data, safety guidance, and event announcements on June 10, 679. What is not fully established from the provided results. The search results do not provide a complete day-by-day inventory of every Ohio executive order, agency enforcement case, court action, or local government action on June 10, 2026. They also do not include full committee minutes, vote tallies, or the final disposition of the bills mentioned that day.